Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, June 23rd Board of Education meeting being held at Montford Heights Elementary School. I now invite everybody to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance in honor of our flag and our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Amy, will you do roll call?
Ms. Slattery?
Here.
Mr. Heather?
Here.
Mr. Detzel? Mr. Gilbert? Mrs. Talby?
Here.
And I'll read our mission statement. The Northwest Local School District will recreate a responsive learning community where all students are valued, challenged, and guided along a pathway to success. Now, can I get a motion and a second for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Did your vote come up? Is your voting coming up?
Mine voted.
I voted.
Mine's not coming up.
Hit back again.
Where?
Hit agenda.
That's the message statement that took me back.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what it's doing. It won't show up on mine though. We can just do it verbally.
I voted on here.
I vote yes. Mine's the only one I think that didn't come up.
All right, so tonight we are starting with a special presentation. So we're going to invite Mr. Richmond, principal of Montford Heights Elementary, to come up and introduce his program tonight and his students that he brought with him.
First, I want to say welcome. It's awesome to have you guys here and get to be down at Montford Heights, the Green School. We do a lot of work around building community, and that's a big piece of what we do. Setting that helps set the tone for everything else. And we want to highlight two programs that we did this past year. One was our buddy classrooms, and one was our step-up day. And both programs tie into the Musketeer mission of taking care of ourselves, each other, and MHE. If you do those things, you can replace the MHE part, but if you take care of yourself, each other, and wherever you're at, you'll be just fine. I would like to introduce Ms. Tway Hughes, our school counselor. She's at the heart of all those efforts. She's the lead of our PBIS team and is a crucial member of our team that goes above and beyond for the students and the families here at Montford Heights Elementary.
Hello, I'm Leslie Tway, the school counselor, and I have two students with me who are going to talk about buddy classrooms and step-up day. We really implemented those this past school year. We've kind of been playing with it for a couple years, but this past year was the first year we've really implemented it, and it went really well, so it's definitely something that we're going to continue to do in the future. We saw a lot of positive outcomes with both of them. So I am proud to introduce, we have Savannah, who is going to be a 4th grader, and then Mia is going to be a 5th grader. So Savannah's going to go first for us.
Hi, my name is Savannah Williams, and I will be a 4th grade student next year. One of the ways MHE builds community is through buddy classrooms. Every class at MHE has a buddy class. Older grades were paired up with younger grades. My 3rd grade class was paired with 1st grade class. Buddy classrooms meet at least 4 times during the school year. Some of the activities that we did together were that we read together, we did crafts and games. Buddy classrooms help build communities between students to take care of themselves and others, which is part of our Musketeer mission. It gives older students the opportunity to interact with younger students, and to teach them the ways of MHE.
All right, and now we have Mia, who's going to talk about our Step Up Day.
Hi, my name is Mia Crawford, and I am going to be a 5th grade student next year. Another way MHG builds community is through Step Up Day. Kindergarten through 4th grade students participated in Step Up Day. We attended sessions in our next grade level and interacted with teachers from that grade level. The grade level teachers then rotated between classrooms and introduced themselves and answered any questions we had. I got to go to 5th grade and meet all the 5th grade teachers and see a 5th grade classroom. Step Up Day builds community by giving the students the opportunity to see their next grade classroom and meet the next grade level teachers. This helps students feel more comfortable at the beginning of the next school year. Also, what I liked about Step Up Day is that I could see a classroom and interact with teachers from that next grade level, and I think it's helpful for other students because they can see a classroom and interact with teachers.
Girls, that was very well done. I know they were a little nervous. They did great. I just want to thank Ms. Tway Hughes, not just for her work in these two capacities, but just everything. She put so much time and effort into the kids, the families here at Montfort Heights that I know a lot of times it goes unnoticed. So thank you very much. And the kids adore her, trust her, and the staff does as well. So there's a lot of things that we do we could not do without her. But ladies, again, congratulations. Nice job. Thank you very much.
Girls, can
Do
we
you want
ask you a few questions?
I'm going to ask some questions here.
Savannah, what was your favorite activity that you guys did with your buddies?
That we had a lot of time, and we did a bunch of crafts, and we got to talk with our buddies as well.
Yeah. Next year, then, would you stay with that buddy, or you'll rotate?
We'll probably change it up.
Rotate.
Yeah, because we're going to have different number classrooms, so we'll have to figure out who will go with who. But we try to do the older grades with younger.
Okay, awesome, thank you. And did all of the 4th graders go to the Step Up Day with 5th grade then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were chosen to come speak tonight about it. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was probably seeing the different teachers for the next grade level.
You'll feel more comfortable next year now that you've met them. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming here on your summer night. I appreciate you guys being here.
And I appreciate the parents for bringing
Yes,
things.
thank you.
Yes. Ladies, that was awesome presentation. You have beautiful reading skills and excellent poise. Very impressed. And thank you for putting this program together. I did get to see this at Taylor a couple times, and they seem to really enjoy it, and I'm glad it's spreading and you guys are doing it. I think it's a lot to learn for students on either side of the program. There's a lot of good opportunity there to take responsibility and to develop communication skills and problem solving. So I'm so happy to see you're doing this.
I think some of our best times are when our older students are setting the tone for the younger ones. That's when the year goes its best.
Yeah.
And so just kind of we get to see kids in a different light than just being in the classroom or whatever, and it's actually working with little ones. It gives a different light for them.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
I just wanted to add, too, what good speakers you both were. If I had been a 4th grader, and I would have been so nervous, I probably couldn't have come up and spoke. But you guys did great. And by the way, did you know I went to this school?
Mr. Either went to this school.
Me too, but we didn't go to this school.
It was a different school.
I did as well, but it wasn't this school.
This would have been about second base on field number 2.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Student Achievement Report with Nicole.
All right. So tonight we are starting with Corrine Elementary and academics. Corrine Elementary's fifth grade students proudly celebrated the completion of their final year of elementary school with a special reward ceremony followed by a fun-filled time at the park. Every student was honored with a fifth grade completion certificate recognizing their hard work and perseverance throughout the year. Additional awards were the Presidential Award, Honor Roll, Citizenship Awards, Most Improved, and Access Student Certificates. Corrine Elementary is proud of their students for their achievements and growth. Congratulations to all of the fifth grade Cardinals as they soar into middle school. And at Pleasant Run Elementary School, Pleasant Run issued first of 3 IXL summer challenges. Each challenge will last 2 weeks. PRE students and staff will celebrate by gathering at the playground and having a sweet treat and free playtime. PRE would like to recognize the 30 students for participating in their first challenge to answer at least 60 or 290 IXL questions per week. Congratulations to those students. Over at White Oak Middle School, White Oak would like to recognize the students nominated for the Warrior Pride Award. Students receiving this award are respectful, responsible, and ready to learn. These students have good behavior and strong academic performance. They have also made a positive impact at their school this year. Principal Grody would like to recognize Nehemiah White for being the most improved student in the 8th grade. And congratulations to the students listed here for their academic performance. Over at Corrine Middle School hosted its very first moving up ceremony at Corrine High School for 8th grade students in the class of 2029. It was a packed house and many student accomplishments were celebrated. Congratulations to the following students for receiving the highest honors. They all had a 4.0 for their entire school year. Luke Bogan, Campbell Buckley, Amani Butts, Caleb Craig, Allison Gardner, Mia Heibel, Ava Henshin, Lucy Kaiser, Brendan Nelson, Delilah Thaman, Luke Thiemann, Stormy Wagner, and Yasserai Wooten. Congratulations to those students. And Corrine High School would like to recognize Aubriana Bolden. Aubriana placed 3rd in long jump and qualified for state this year, so congratulations to her. And over at Houston Early Learning Center, the preschool students at Houston used their singing and dancing skills during a visit with Mark Rizzio while participating in an interactive sing-along. And for citizenship, Taylor Elementary School on May 8th, Taylor held its first ever Multicultural Club student presentation. The following 6 students participated in the event: Yamali Sales Miha, Ava Benford, Willow Pirani, Anaya Hadara, Harper James, and Delaney Sowards. During the presentations, these students shared where they are from, the flag of their country, and the popular foods in their homeland. We are incredibly proud of their hard work that all of the students put into this event, and we extend our gratitude to Ms. Warman for leading this group. And at Struble Elementary School, our Struble Garden Club worked hard throughout the school year to beautify the courtyard by weeding, planting, and moving rocks. During the winter months, students created sun catchers, centerpieces for Thanksgiving, and hung up festive lights to brighten the courtyard. Throughout the year, students learned about the important pollinators from Hamilton County experts and invited Laura Dakin from Corrine Township's Team Up to Green Up program to attend a garden club meeting. The Garden Club members are led by Kayla Holloway and Janelle Smith, and they were able to show Laura their courtyard space as well as other green areas where the club likes to garden. In partnership with Team Up to Green Up, the students plan to create several pollinator gardens in the library and multi-purpose room courtyards. The Garden Club will continue their hard work with Laura to gather resources and are seeking additional volunteers to help their vision come to life. So congratulations to all of these students.
And we will not have a Butler Tech or legislative update this week.
And we have nothing from our employee organizations either.
Okay. And policy 0169.1 addresses public participation at board meetings, which gives submission of 3 minutes to address agenda items of any topic during community comments. However, no more than 15 minutes will be devoted to public participation unless the board votes unanimously to continue discussion. The board also states that no response to the submission will occur from the board or district administration during this time. There are no community comments at this time, so we will move forward to the next agenda item.
So tonight for our consent items, we have business and human resources. So we'll start with HR.
We seek approval for the following: 10 resignations, 13 initial appointments, 5 change in status, various supplemental items and leaves of absence, and our science of reading stipends.
We have several contracts tonight for special ed services and one for SIS support.
Superintendent recommends the board approve the consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions? Go ahead and vote. It's not coming
I'm not getting any.
up. Yeah. The vote is not coming up.
I voted.
Chris doesn't have it and I don't have it.
You have to resync since the whatever happened before. You'll have to refresh your browser and then go into the meeting and resync, and it'll show back up.
Yeah, there it is. Did yours come up?
No.
Refresh your browser up in the left-hand corner,
This one.
the little refresh button, and then go back into the meeting.
Mine still doesn't come up. I'll just do it verbally. Mine's a yes.
Mr. Heather? Mrs. Talby?
I voted online, yes.
Mrs. Slattery?
Yes.
So for the fiscal items tonight, I ask the board to dispense with reading of and approve the June 2nd meeting minutes, as well as we have our financial report for the month of May. Our all funds balance was $103.9 million. Our general fund unreserved balance was $36.5 million. Our revenues year-to-date are $110 million, or about 98% of our projections, and our expenditures are $99 million, or 89% of our projections. Our investment weighted average return is 4.26%, and the list of monthly bills for May are our routine monthly bills, as well as we had a master facility project debt interest payments that are annual every May. Our textbooks that we've previously approved, we had a server, Colerain High School turf, a UC collaboration, some staff software, Colerain High School vestibule, our catastrophic plan, renovations, and some auxiliary and grant fund payments. As well as, with it being year end, we need to approve $56,420 in fund-to-fund transfers from the general fund to the school fee fund for our fee waivers. With that, I ask the board to approve the fiscal consent items as listed.
Need a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
Can you describe what fee waivers is?
So I didn't hear it.
Sorry, can you describe what fee waivers is?
Oh, yes. So when a student, based on other additional information, qualifies to be on the fee waiver list, then their fees that are approved by the board in the summer for the school year are waived, and the general fund pays those fees for the student.
And we don't get additional funds from the state or anything to pay for those. We have to make that
Correct.
ourselves.
Our general fund pays for it, and they qualify for different reasons.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? You can vote. Mine still doesn't come up. Did yours come up?
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Yes.
So next, we have some other items for approval. This is a resolution authorizing the program of requirements and the schematic design phase submission for the new Corrigan Elementary School. The superintendent and treasurer recommend the board approve the resolution authorizing the POR and schematic design as submitted.
Get a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
Daryl, when does the Houston building, when does the demo start on that?
That's our next item, is the demo and abatement of that, and it will actually probably late July start the demo piece.
Okay.
Mine still doesn't come up, so I've refreshed multiple times.
Yeah, mine came up.
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
Does yours work, Chris?
Mine works.
Yeah, okay.
And next, we have the resolution for the GMP for Houston, abatement and demolition. The superintendent recommends the board approve the attached resolution for the guaranteed maximum price for the abatement and demolition for Houston Early Learning Center site per the attached documents.
You have a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Mr. Heather?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Yes.
And next, we have an insurance renewal for our general liability, auto and property. The superintendent recommends the board approve the renewal of the insurance policies effective July 1, 2025, with the proposed premium changes as listed.
Can you get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
This is the recognition of our booster and support organizations. In January, we had several organizations that were on a six-month extension due to turnover and different situations that were unique to them. And so we've been working with those organizations to get in compliance. We are now recommending that we extend them in compliance through the end of the year. Superintendent and treasurer recommend the board approve the additional booster and support organizations as listed.
Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
I have a couple more year-end items. I'd like to ask the board to advance $22,627.90 from the general fund to various grant funds, because we can't end in the negative on any grant fund. And with grants, we have to spend the monies first and then be reimbursed. So it's a timing thing. So I asked the board to advance from the general fund, and then once we open up 26, we'll advance it back.
We have a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
Next, so that we can set up fiscal year 26 for the start of July 1st, I ask the board to accept the new funds as listed.
Can you have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mrs. Slattery? Mrs. Talby?
Yes.
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
And finally, I ask the board to approve the final fiscal year 25 permanent appropriation resolution at $156 million.
Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
Just a question, what was it last year, Amy?
I can't tell you that off the top of my head. Probably around 120 or to 150. It's right around the same,
Okay.
depending on the grants and various different funds that we get.
So, but typically it goes up every year.
It just depends on the different grants. We had ESSER funds last year, so that would have been a little higher. General fund is pretty much around the same.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Heather?
Aye.
Mrs. Tolby?
Yes.
Ms. Slattery?
Aye.
And for the update tonight, just a few things to mention. We are continuing to hire for open positions through the summer. We have some events coming up for our different groups. So on July 15th, we'll have a hiring event at Northwest High School. And on August 5th, we'll have another hiring event. This will be at Colerain High School. Both of those events run from 11 to 1. So we're continually looking for quality people who want to be part of our team, who want to be part of our family, and who want to support our kids. And then as we move into the new year, we're obviously moving with a new student information system. So in about mid-July, I want our parents to be ready for an email that's going to come. It's going to have the login so they can get into the parent portal. There will be some processes where they have to update contact information, emergency information, so we have that ready for the start of the year. And so just be on the lookout for that around mid-July. We'll send out a lot of communication to make sure people don't miss it. It's important that they do that because otherwise, until that's done, they won't be able to get into like their kid's schedule and see all the stuff that's live. So you have to do that first to get there. So we want to make sure people have time to get that done, get their questions answered, and get logged in. So watch for updates in mid-July for that. We did have some legislative updates from Mr. Gilbert, so I'm going to share a couple of those as we kind of roll into this. The State House of Representatives did do two things recently. They actually passed House Bill 3 out of their side of the chamber. It now moves to the Senate side. This bill is deemed the School Bus Safety Act. This actually creates a school bus safety grant fund at the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce that assists districts with the cost of installing safety features on new and existing school buses. And I think really importantly, it increases penalties for illegally passing a stopped school bus. Our drivers have been asking for this and advocating for this, so that is a really good thing. It's now on the Senate side, so we hope that it will move through there and be signed into law soon. The other one is House Bill 10, which was voted out of the House and now moves over to the Senate. This one would require public school boards and the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce to adopt policies prohibiting the purchase of cultivated protein food products or food misbranded as meat or egg products. So this is now in the Senate. And then finally, from a legislative perspective, the Senate came out with their version of House Bill 96, which is the biennial budget bill. It did not concur with the House version or the governor's version, so they are now in conference committee, and they are looking at all of the different versions that are out there, and they're going to be coming out in the next couple of days with their final version of the budget bill. I want to thank our community for engaging. We've tried to keep people updated with all of the things that have been happening, and we know how confusing it can be because normally in a budget process, we go from the governor to the House to the Senate, and it seems like it's variations on a theme. And throughout this process, there have been curveballs, things out of left field, things that have never been talked about before that have made it into this process. And so it's been unlike other processes just because of how different each version is and the new things that get added in from each process. So as the budget comes out of the conference committee, it'll go back to both the House and the Senate to be voted on. It will then go to the governor, who does have line item veto power, and then he'll sign it. The deadline for him to sign that is June 30th. So we will find out this week what the budget is, what the next 2 years will look like, and then we'll see what the governor signs. And then Starting July 1, we figured out. So we appreciate everyone's engagement, as many of the things that have been talked about would be very harmful to public education in general, not just Northwest. And so we appreciate everyone's engagement in this, and we look forward to being able to tell you the resolution sometime soon.
This safety features, does that have to do with the special lighting and everything like the one bus has, or do we know yet?
Yeah, so they had a school bus panel, a safety panel after a tragic accident a couple years ago, and there are a lot of recommendations that came out of there. So this doesn't really say exactly what it would be. A lot of districts would be able to kind of choose what would fit their fleet, what they need, and what they already have, because we've already added a lot of those features onto our buses.
Great, thank you.
For the new parent portal, what kind of training are staff, teachers and office staff getting over the summer?
So we've actually been doing training for about the last 6 months. So there's been a lot of front loading of that training for our key staff that have been in the system working. All of our teaching staff and other staff will get trained when they come back in August. So there's been an ongoing set of trainings for about the last 6 months to prepare for this.
So the teachers will get it at the same time or later than parents?
Well, the parents will just get the portal to log in. When the teachers get back, they'll get all the information around their logins with the training around how to input grades and do all of that.
Okay.
I have an answer for you, Mr. Heather. Last year was 166 million, so this year was $10 million less.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of money.
Yes, we're a very large district.
Yeah, thank you.
And next we'll go to board comments. We'll start with Nicole.
Yeah, I just want to thank Trey and Savannah, Maya, students for coming tonight. Thank you for the staff that leads those students and programs, and just hope everyone has a great summer. Thank you.
Just wanted to thank Trey for hosting this tonight. And even though this wasn't the building that I went to the very old Montford Heights that some people say was haunted. People said that they'd be in the office in the evening, late in the evening, and they'd hear people upstairs, and nobody had the courage to go up to find out if people were really up there. But good memories of this place, and certainly thank you for having us, and thanks to everybody who showed up tonight.
And I would repeat the same. Thank you for having us, and the students were wonderful and very poised, and a pleasure to hear speak. And I also say to anybody out there of faith, please pray. Get down on your knees. Hope that a miracle happens. And June 30th, our legislators are hit with some sense and come up with a better plan for us. And rest up this summer, because we don't know what the new year will bring. And with that, we will conclude the meeting. If I can get a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Heather.
Aye.
Mrs. Dalby.
Yes?
Ms. Slattery.
Aye. And the meeting is adjourned.